Morning folks, early start to a busy day today. Step one, we're going to Tesco to buy our packed lunch because we have no food in the house. Because you are going to do, is it a dress rehearsal for your panto?
Yes.
Dress rehearsal for the panto coming up this morning. And then pretty much when we've dropped you off, we've got maybe 45 minutes at home to have some lunch of our own before we bundle into the car to go to Boston to fetch Andy. And then all of us are off to Grandad's for tea for the first time in like 2 months. It's been ages. What are you pointing at? We're getting a small trolley because she wants a lot of lunch. Lunch consumed. My hair is looking spectacular. I don't know what's going on with it. Anna's having her last 2 minutes playing XCOM in the living room before Andy gets fetched. Look at that face. She's really enjoying herself. But XCOM or XCOM 2? XCOM 2. So she's enjoying playing a scary adult video game in the middle of the living room, just like she was yesterday. That's what I mean. No one's here, so she's making the most of it, but we are going to have to get in the car in about 2 minutes. Which means you, yes you, are going to have to go in there, because you can't, you'll tear up the, you dig in, you'd tear up this room if we left him in here when we weren't here. We need to round up the other child as well, and then we're going to go to Boston. I suspect we might be about to see the stump. What I am going to do though is try and sneak off at one point to see if they've got any of the stump Lego sets that a couple of you have told us about. See if they've still got some of them in the shop.
They're expensive.
Yeah, they're like
60 quid.
On eBay. I found one on eBay and it's 300 quid on eBay. So we'll see if they've got one. We're not paying, we can't even pay £60 for one, that's crazy. But if they've got like 5, we could buy all 5 and sell 4 on eBay and pay for Christmas. But yeah, we're going to go and check those out as well. So that's where we're going now. Guess who's back? Say hello, Andy.
Hello. Wow! Autism 7.
If you do, I'll be.
It's so dark in this lift. Almost makes me want to take my sunglasses on, but then I remember this is a YouTube video. Take them off then. Alright, little Miss Criticism.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Watch this lift go. 7 times and that's it.
Excellent.
I was lining up outside for a dramatic Andy walking out of the lift area shot, but his zip on his coat seems to have been broken. And because he loves a coat, he won't go outside unless it's zipped up. But then he'll try and take it off again as soon as we get to the stump.
There we go.
There we go, we're zipped up, but I'm not out there for the dramatic shot anymore. Here's a little something about Andy we haven't been able to tell you before because it hasn't really come up. It's a really cold day today. He will always refuse to wear gloves. Won't put his hands in his pocket so his hands get cold. But what he does when his hands get cold is he puts them in his mouth because it's warm in his mouth. So his hands go in his mouth and then he takes them out again. But obviously then his hands are wet so they get even colder. So he does it even more. And it really makes his hands dry out in cold weather. So he's constantly licking them, getting them cold in his mouth. And he's just doing it now. There's no telling him that he just won't stop putting his hands in his mouth in cold weather. And if anyone has any solutions to that, we'd love to hear them.
We are on the stump. We are. No touching.
That's right.
Mummy's in toilets.
Andy, Andy, did you have a good weekend?
Yeah.
Has it been fun?
Yeah.
We have to wait for Mummy?
It's quiet time.
Yeah, we're waiting for Mummy.
Open. Now stump.
They have got the Lego set in the shop. It's not as cool as this massive one they're building behind, but it's 1,080 pieces for age 14 years and up, so it's realistically not something he's going to be doing by himself. So it's £65. I've only got one in there. Oh, I had my hand flinching over the credit card, and we shouldn't be putting things on the credit card, but don't know. I just don't know. These trees, by the way, are awesome. Andy, do you like the trees? Come here.
finish.
Come and smile.
No.
Go on, smile at me.
That's it.
That's the best smile we're going to get for a thumbnail. Yeah.
You got it?
That door is so small. I'm dropping back a little bit so that he doesn't hear me. If you remember last time we came, it was just me who picked him up, and we heard the bells on the way over, so we didn't wait around and listen to the bells like we always have before. We've just been in, it's 31 minutes until the proper bells ring at 3 o'clock, and he's just walked out and he's walking back off towards the car. We asked him what he was doing, he said he's going home. So, creature of routine that he always is, it seems like because we didn't wait around for the bells afterwards last time, maybe we don't do that anymore, which certainly when it's freezing cold like it is today, we're not complaining about at all. Good?
Good bells.
Good.
From there, look. Let me get a picture of it. Here, look, come here. You ready? You want?
Every day of his life is documented on video, but she still insists on taking pictures of him. Yeah, they've got little coffee syrups. I've had them before, they're delightful.
Gosh, the Autism 7! Watch this close to go.
Okay, watch it close.
Yes, this one. You see the Autism logo? Let's go to the second floor. Watch it close. There it goes. Go first floor now.
Door opening.
Yeah.
No, come on, we're going back to the car now.
Select your floor.
Oh, perhaps we do need to go to the first. This is what we did. Right, okay. You lot might remember this better than I did. It's just all come flooding back to me. Last time we were here, we accidentally went to the second floor and then had to come out, realise we were on the wrong floor, went back down. He's now done the exact thing we did last time, deliberately, and even in the lift you heard him say, go to first floor now. So he's come up to the second, knowing it's the wrong floor, so that we can then go back down to the first again. Partly because it gets him extra time in the lift, and this one stinks of booze, but secondly, because it's exactly what we did the last time we were here.
Doors.
Hey.
Wow.
It smells like a different thing to me.
What different thing? Is it a thing that I'm lived too short alive to know what it smells like?
Close now.
I feel like I didn't in there.
There we go, and that's it.
I'm reliably informed the entire car park smells of marijuana. Welcome to Boston, I guess. You're here! Could you hear them now? And you're here!
I'm cold.
Did you vlog the market for me as requested?
I did take some videos. I don't know if they were good, and I didn't talk or show my face in them.
But you've got videos.
Yeah.
So you'll send them to, I've got my laptop with me so that you can airdrop them to me in a minute. So if the videos are good, they're going on the vlog.
Okay.
If they're not on the vlog, that means the videos weren't very good.
I could vlog, I'd be good at it. I could hold this.
Well, go on then. There you go. You hold that. Hold it properly. It's heavy.
Oh, that's really heavy.
Yeah, there you go.
What do I can't see myself.
Hi.
Can
Why
you...
is it wobbling so much? Hold on.
Hey, let me drop that. She's got...
See, there you go. You're a vlogger now.
Wow.
Hello.
Hello.
What do I say?
You look in there rather than at that. So you look in there and you say hello to people and tell them what you've been up to. So
hi.
how was the market?
Not very fun.
Not very fun.
was
But did you see the
bored.
Christmas lights get turned on?
No, I wasn't there for that. I got bored.
Okay. Did you buy me a present?
No. Okay, that's all I have to say.
What you should do
Goodbye.
when you're interviewing someone on the vlog is you hold the camera so that their head is in it as well.
It's too heavy. I understand how you hold it with one hand.
That's why I've got shoulder problems.
Okay.
Right, where's Amy? I need to talk to her about her thing that she did. You there, child?
Yeah.
How was the dress rehearsal?
Good. Oh, bye.
Did you remember all your lines?
Yeah.
When is the panto for the watching of?
Oh, straight away. Sorry. It's the 4th till the 9th, but apparently I'm doing 5 shows. 5? I didn't know that. I thought I was doing 2.
Well, you have to do all of them, I guess, don't you?
Yeah. I thought there was only 2 shows because that's what it just said, the 4th and the 9th on the poster.
The shows be?
Excellent question.
Where you picked me up today?
What, all of them?
And do we
think so.
purchase tickets, or as father of the star, do I get in for free?
I think you have to purchase tickets.
Purchase tickets.
They're like £7 for an adult and like £5 for a child.
Interesting.
I think Mum's ordering you tickets. Oh, by the way,
Is
on
she ordering me
Tuesday-
tickets too?
I don't think so.
Is that the only venue?
Yeah.
So it's not a touring production?
No. Oh, on Tuesday we are going somewhere else though, because the hall isn't free. I don't know where. It's some sort of church.
I see.
I should take
Are
Andy.
you drinking?
No, I don't drink. I'm underage.
What's that you're holding?
Schlur.
Excellent.
Okay.
Non-alcoholic.
Laptop is good.
It's alright then.
Good laptop. Laptop is great. Wow, dog.
It's very cold and very dark here in this conservatory.
It's freezing.
Pretty cold. But we have nuts, Yorkshire puddings and cakes. That's my kind of dinner.
No, Roy.
Someone
I did
else
it.
is having a go on Super Hexagon for the first time.
Yeah, I am.
What's your high score at the moment?
I have no idea.
About 2 seconds. Apologies to all of those of you who said you
8
hated the
seconds.
music last time we had it on. But he's enjoying it down there. Is the music good?
Yeah.
See? Good music. 3 seconds!
Look at my high score.
Yeah, that was me. And I was made to stop, so I didn't say
No one knows that.
Yeah, no one's going to be impressed with 8 seconds anyway. Just finished streaming. It's like 11:15 at night, and I've just realised that I haven't actually told you what Andy got up to at his respite care. So, as I haven't ended the vlog, and we normally do this when we stood at the church in Boston, but because of the fact that he didn't want to wait around for the bells this time, we didn't have a chance to talk through it. So, if I... That's the last time, so let's have a look to see what he got up to then. So, actually that's last time. So, we get this big sheet every time he goes that tells us all sorts of stuff. So it's quite a long read, but it's quite interesting as well, because a lot of you ask what he does there, why he goes, and I think this goes a long way to explaining that. So, don't need to know what his targets are. So, I have enjoyed, and they put it in his own words and basically explain what he was doing. So Friday, in his words, so Friday I spent a brief time in my room before tea. After tea I spent the evening in the lounge watching CBeebies and playing with the red toy computer. I was offered the iPad but declined it, probably because it doesn't have proper YouTube on, it has family friendly YouTube. He's not interested in YouTube Kids. Saturday, I spent time watching CBeebies in the lounge and playing on the iPad this morning. So it was alright with it for Saturday morning. I went to my room to lay on my bed for a while, then returned to the lounge before lunch. After lunch I went back to my room and told staff I was relaxing, and eventually I had sleep. I watched CBeebies and played on my DS after tea. I asked staff to tickle my feet, which they did. So my voice... I don't know what this... How is this different from what I've enjoyed? So again, we've got a Friday... And, oh, so this is where the staff there have asked him about stuff, and this is how he's responded. So Friday, I was asked to come into the dining room at tea time. I said dining room, then toys. Staff said yes, dining room, then toys. So following instructions, understanding now and next, which is always good. On Saturday at bedtime, I told staff it was story time and asked them to read the Pinky Ponk book. I told them I didn't want the buttons pressing. So he's got this big book. I don't know if we've shown you it before. It's a big... what is it, In the Night Garden book that's got buttons along the side that play sound effects from it. He always takes it to his respite place, even though he doesn't necessarily have it every night when he's at home. He took it the first time he went there because he was having it every night here. Anna would read that to him. So now it always goes there, but I don't think he likes the noises that it plays anymore. So I've been feeling... On Friday, I've been relaxed and chatty. On Saturday, I've been quiet today and spent quite a lot of time in my room. I brightened up after tea and was laughing at the TV and chatting to staff. So, bit of downtime, maybe a bit miserable on the Saturday, but seems to have sorted himself out and started feeling a lot better. So personal care. On Friday, I was taken for a bath after CBeebies finished. I declined to have my hair washed, but did allow staff to brush my teeth. I've used the toilet independently 3 times. Yeah. And then on Saturday, I needed encouragement to have a wash this morning and refused to clean my teeth. Staff made several attempts. It is a bit of an issue at the moment. He does it reluctantly if it's Anna doing it. He really doesn't like having anyone else do it. And he won't do it himself. It has to be Anna doing it. In the evening, I watched the end of CBeebies, then told staff it was bath time. I used the toilet and undressed independently. I told staff what temperature I liked the water and how much water to put in. I attempted to wash myself but needed staff assistance to get really clean. I let staff wash my hair and I cleaned my teeth. So that's much more in keeping with what his normal nighttime routine with Anna is, so much more comfortable doing that. I have eaten. This is important because sometimes he tries new stuff there. So on Friday, I did go and sit at the table at tea time. I picked at the outside of a fish finger and a tiny piece of bread and butter before pushing it away. I ate only a few crisps before saying no thank you. You saw the amount of crisps he ate before he went 2 days ago on the vlog, so I'm not surprised he didn't eat much on Friday evening. For supper, I ate only a few crisps and a few sips of Coke before again pushing it away. I was encouraged to eat some more, but I said no thank you. On Saturday, I had 2 packets of crisps for breakfast and drank a can of Pepsi through the morning. I was offered French fries for lunch but declined and had 4 bags of crisps and a little Pepsi, and then I had another bag of crisps in the afternoon. For tea, I was offered chips but refused and asked for more crisps, which I ate and drank about half a small beaker of Pepsi. I ate another packet of crisps and a can of Coke. And then general stuff. We're nearly done. I know this has gone on for a bit, but I find it quite interesting. Hopefully you're finding this interesting too. You're getting a good insight into what he does while he's there. It's all about teaching him to be a little bit more independent, and it's stuff that we'd struggle to do with him at home, like constantly offering him different foods. We try to do it as much as we can at home, but sometimes you just, he's refused so many times, it can be a bit soul destroying to keep trying, and it's nice to have this little break from it. Everyone recharges a little bit. He gets it reinforced by somebody else, and we get to recharge ourselves and launch straight back into it when he comes home. So it definitely has huge benefits to all concerned. But so general stuff. Friday, Andy requested to go to bed at 8 o'clock. Staff said it was a little early, but Andy was insistent. Staff stood outside his bedroom door until he was fast asleep, which was only 10 minutes. We know he's been going to bed early quite a lot recently, so I can certainly picture him doing that on a day when he's been at school. He wants an early night. And then on Saturday, as part of Haven's policies and procedures, we've made an entry on the safeguarding chronology as a scratch was noticed on Andy's arm when completing personal care. I mean, we've had a couple of messages from school this week. He's getting a few scratches and bruises on him, because the other thing they're saying, when Andy was bathed this evening, staff saw a large bruise just above his left hip. When asked about it, Andy pinched it with his fingers and was rubbing his finger hard against it. Andy was asked what happened, but he appeared unsure, so he's got a big bruise on his hip there and lots of little scratches and bruises on his wrists. School have asked us about it because we noticed the bruise, well, Anna noticed the bruise when she was giving him his bath on Wednesday night. He didn't have the bruise on Tuesday night when he had his bath, but on Wednesday night he had this massive bruise on his hip. We got a message from school Thursday morning. I got an email from the head saying, have you noticed this? We obviously have to ask you about it. We said no, we were going to talk to you about it because we didn't know where it had happened. We'd already checked with the taxi company that morning to see if they'd noticed it. And now obviously they've noticed it at the Respite place as well. So we think the current working theory is that he's walked into a desk, because it's at that kind of height on him where if he walked into a desk in a classroom, maybe ran into it, it's too much of a bruise for it to just be walk. But if he sort of really clonked into something, it would give him the bruise. The stuff on the wrists though is a mystery. No one knows where that's coming from at the moment. So we've asked school to keep an eye on it, see if there's anything happening there. They're insistent that there's no restraint or anything like that going on at school. But we don't know where he's getting them from. We've asked everyone who was ever alone with him, and no one really understands where they've come from, but obviously they've noticed it and raised it with us, so it's something to keep an eye on. And then lastly, Andy took himself to bed, so this is still Saturday. Andy took himself to bed at 7:45 and asked staff for a story. Once the story had been read, he told staff one more sleep, then mummy and daddy, and then he settled into bed. So all in all, a good weekend for him. He seems to have enjoyed himself. He came back talking about having a good time there. We got to take him to the stump. He went to my dad's. He seems happy. We're nicely recharged. And we go again for another month. Our next go of respite care, it's weird. It's the week between Christmas and New Year. which is a bit of an odd time for him to go, but we don't want to turn him down, because as soon as we start turning it down, we start giving the impression that it isn't required anymore, and if they think we don't need it, they'll take it away, and it's something that's funded by social services, so we don't want to get them to take it away, because it is massively beneficial, like I say, to everyone involved. We don't want anyone thinking it's not needed. So I think it's like the 28th to the 30th of December he's going to be there, or around about then. So it's happening about once a month at the moment for 2 nights, which is fantastic. It's all we need, it's all he needs, and hopefully that gives you a bit more of an insight into what respite care is, what he does while he's there, and why he goes. If you've got any questions about it, of course, let us know down in the comments. If you have enjoyed today's video, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for us. Subscribe to the channel for lots more videos just like this one. Thank you very much for watching.